Hey there, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I'm your host, Pattsun, and today we're going to be taking a look at r/relationship advice, where OP displays his sturdy spine. Let's begin. My wife cheated on me, and I don't know how to feel or what to do. Posted by a throwaway Reddit user.
TLDR. My wife cheated on me. I don't know how to feel or what to do. For those of you brave enough to read on, good luck. Married for 6 years, have 5-year-old child. At the time of writing, it's been 18 hours since we've spoken and most things have come out. I've known what's been going on for 2 weeks due to my own suspicions, and she tells me that's as long as it's been going on, but I have reason to believe it's actually been going on longer. She tells me the only thing that happened was kissing and touching. I found a video accidentally uploaded to our shared photos that indicates messages, pictures, and videos were also sent. I have an incredibly strong suspicion that more has happened. She told me she cut it off because she realized it wasn't worth it to ruin our marriage and destroy our family. She told me she loves me and she doesn't want us to split up, but she understands if it happens. Realistically, the only reason she did call it off is because I had been acting standoffish the last few days and she knew something must be up, and had I been acting normal and or oblivious, it would have continued. Our relationship has never been a fairy tale, but it had always been good. There's been ups and downs. She has a long history of diagnosed and untreated depression that comes and goes. The depression has definitely caused a lot of mental strain and exhaustion on my part, but I've always tried my best to support her and work through it as it comes. Our physical intimacy has taken a hit. We both work a lot, have a young child, have no family to babysit. Coupled with her depression and my exhaustion and trying to take care of everything else, physical intimacy has suffered. She has said in the past she wants me to try harder and initiate more, and I fully acknowledge that I should have, and by not doing so it gave her the motivation to look outside our relationship for it. That's not to say that I never touch her or initiate things, but I definitely don't do it enough. Now I find myself in a position where I don't know what to feel, what to do, or how to proceed. The person she cheated on me with works with her and he is also married. She has a good job and generally speaking, enjoys her work and has a close group of friends there, so I don't want her to quit. I know that if we were to work things out and she quit her job, she would lose that friend group and it could cause more issues and depression. She says that she will limit the amount of time she needs to spend with him and keep things strictly professional. I have been to get-togethers at this man's house. I have got along with him and his wife well enough. Meanwhile, they have both been having their affair. I have this strange urge to go and knock on his door, confront him in front of his family, and make everyone aware of what's been happening. But I also know that's probably a dumb idea.
That's stupid! You're stupid! Stop being stupid!
Since we spoke 18 hours ago, my wife and I haven't really said much to each other. We've saved face in front of our child, but that's it. Typically, we message each other fairly regularly throughout the day, but today we haven't said a word. And I've found myself feeling lost all day. I've wanted to grab my phone and message her, but every time I do, I just stare blankly then go back to my work to distract myself. We have the kind of relationship where any issues have been worked out very quickly. Potentially we just manage to ignore them and move on, and this is the culmination of that. I don't know. I am worried that if we linger on what happened, it will just make things worse. I am also worried that if we ignore it, move on, and in a week are laughing and joking again, it will never be dealt with. I can see a future where we are still together. But with that, I can't see a point in time where there won't ever be that tiny voice in the back of my head that makes me constantly suspicious of her. I can see a future where we aren't together anymore as well. Strangely, for me at least, I don't feel angry with her. Logically, I can see why she did what she did. Someone else made her feel more wanted than I've made her feel recently, and she ended up following her urges. Until now, I've just felt nothing. Writing this has made me feel more emotions than I typically ever do about anything. And this strange liquid is attempting to escape my eyes, but I can very quickly ignore those feelings and move on. On the one hand, I want to push her for more information and confirm if anything else happened. I am 99% sure it did. I don't know if her confirming or denying it will change anything or give me any more or less clarity. On the other hand, I just want this to be over. I want to either have things to go back to normal with my wife, or split up and know that things are just over. It's only been 18 hours and I already hate this awkward limbo. I don't know what to do. I don't know how I'm supposed to feel. I don't know how to proceed. So here I am at the hive mind. How do I deal with this?
OP, you damn donut, what the hell are you thinking? Tell the affair partner's wife and send her all the evidence that you have as soon as possible. Are you really gonna let this guy get away with fucking someone else's wife? Grow a damn spine, OP, come on. Anyways, I want you to listen to this comment by Reddit user in the box already.
She hasn't told you the whole truth. You are in the trickle truth phase. She is only going to fess up when she is caught in a lie. There will be lots of lies. She's not going to tell you everything. Here a fact. She has stabbed your family in the back and cannot be trusted. Find a lawyer, keep your plan close to the chest, and don't move out. If you move out, you could be accused of abandoning your child. With a lawyer's help, plan your life without her and realize this person is not on your team. She is on the other side of the table. Sorry this happened. She is a shitty person.
And now for today's second story. My girlfriend has been mad at me because of a trip I won't let her take. Posted by Reddit user Chemical Lion.
I'll try to keep this as short as possible, but if you feel like I need more context, I can add an addendum in the comments. I met my current girlfriend in our freshman year of college. We hit it off almost instantly and became pretty fast friends. After being friends for a while, I asked her out and we've been together ever since, coming up on 2 years in October. Recently, however, she and I have been fighting over a proposed trip she intends to go on at the end of this month. She has a friend, who we'll call Paul, because that's his name and I don't care enough to censor it. I was always aware of him since he lives in her dorm, and we've hung out a couple of times. But in the Venn diagram of our friend group, he's always been very firmly in her circle. I've also always believed that he had feelings for her from only knowing him a few months. They've always spent an inordinate amount of time together, even more than most of her other friends, and often more than I get to see her in a week. He's also made occasional inappropriate remarks about her, which I won't get into here. I've brought this up to my girlfriend multiple times, but she insists he just sees her as a friend, and while I think she's incorrect, I don't think she's being dishonest. I trust that she has absolutely no interest in him that way, and so I'm mostly okay with their friendship. At this point, it's honestly kind of a joke between us. Well, things between us have soured over Paul in the last week or so. His birthday is coming up soon, and he asked her to go on a trip with him to Los Angeles, which is on the opposite side of the country from us. She mentioned the plans in a kind of off-handed manner, and when I said I wouldn't be comfortable with that, she and I got into an awful argument about it. As it turns out, he paid for the trip including plane tickets before asking her, and when he asked her, she already agreed to go. I asked her not to go and said I'd find it incredibly inappropriate and hurtful, especially since he only booked one room for both of them. She said I was being hurtful to her friend and would really hurt their relationship. She also says that I was being controlling and accused me of not trusting her. There's a lot more details, but I don't really want to go into them in this post. What should I do, Reddit? I want her to be able to enjoy the last of her summer break, but I'm just not comfortable with this situation. Would it be too unreasonable to ask to go with them? TLDR, my girlfriend and I have been fighting since she said she wants to go across the country with her male friend. And now for OP's update. Hey everyone, just wanted to post an update on my relationship with my girlfriend. Sorry if this doesn't make sense. I'm exhausted, emotionally drained, a tad tipsy still and going through it. So we split up. I was with her pretty much all night tonight, and only just got home. And yeah, we're done. It was ugly, there was a lot of crying. Now I know some of you might have questions about why I did it. To explain it, I need a metaphor. Have you heard the parable about a boiling frog? Where you slowly turn up the heat on a frog in a pot, so it doesn't realize it's being cooked alive. Well, if you gave the frog a thermometer, it might suddenly realize that it was being boiled and hop out. That's what my post on here was. It wasn't until I was reading through and considering responding to some of the comments I got that I realized how big the problems in my relationship were, because they'd started small and built up over the course of literal years. I decided that whether or not my girlfriend decided to go was ultimately inconsequential. The truth was, this was never about the trip. This was about my girlfriend's treatment of me. The truth was, I trusted her on the trip. Deep down, with every fiber of my being, I trusted that she was sincere in her denials of their situation. I do not believe she would have done anything, but I don't think it matters. The simple fact is she'd been consistently downplaying and disregarding my feelings for years, all the while defending Paul, who had been manipulating her and several of our other friends. I could go into why I think this is, the desire to be a hero, etc. But none of it matters. She dismissed my feelings out of hand and was willing to hurt me, harangue me, and belittle me in defense of Paul's behaviors, which she ultimately admitted were sketchy and manipulative. That's just a cold hard fact. Those aren't traits I want in a partner, and now I don't have to worry about that. As for me, I feel like my world just ended. Like someone shoved a vacuum hose in my sternum and slurped up my insides. And whatever they stuffed my newly empty space full of is cold and prickly. I'd love it if someone could give me some advice on how to handle this. I've never had a breakup this painful before. I'm also having serious regrets. Please let me know what y'all think. Right now I'm going to get plastered and go to sleep and hope somehow my life is bearable in the morning. Good night, Reddit. TLDR. My girlfriend and I broke up. Right thing to do, but now I feel awful.
You've done the right thing, OP. It is very clear that she isn't the right one for you, and based on how you describe their dynamic, they were definitely fucking for a long time. Maybe she just couldn't get a commitment out of him, so she's keeping you around. Anyways, I'm glad that you broke up with her. Now I want you to listen to this comment by Reddit user Super Mason.
You are a great example of learning to set boundaries and gaining self-worth. Props to you, brother. It's going to hurt for a long time, but time will eventually drain that cold pain in your chest, and it will fill you with boiling courage and independence. Worst thing you can do, relapse and run back to her. Keep your eyes on the path ahead and get excited that the girl that respects you is closer than you think. P.S. I've gone to the earth for heartbreak, it hurt so bad, but I'm giving you advice because I empathize. I'm 27 male.
Viewer support is the best way for me to remain independent and continue bringing you these daily videos, which will always be here on my channels for you to watch absolutely free. So please consider subscribing to me on Rumble and on YouTube. Both will be linked in the description box down below. Thanks for listening, everyone. If you even somewhat enjoyed today's story, make sure to give this video a thumbs up, and if you really like it, consider subscribing to PattSun to never miss a future upload. Stay strong.